Welcome, everyone, to the July 1st Board of Education Reorganization meeting. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands nation and justice for all. Okay, so the first order of business today is to welcome our newly elected board members, Jeff Meyer and Katie Bruning, and to administer the oath of office to each board member in alphabetical order. So I'll begin with Katie Bruning. Do you solemnly affirm that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York, and that you will faithfully discharge the duties of office of board member of the Lake George Central School District according to the best of your ability? Thank you, Katie. Jeffrey Meyer, do you solemnly affirm that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York, and that you will faithfully discharge the duties of office of board member of the Lake George Central School District according to the best of your ability?
I do.
Cute. Okay, the next order of business is to request nominations for the position of board president. Once we have a nomination, I will ask if there are any other nominations. This process will continue until there are no more nominations. Once all nominations for board president have been received, I will call for a motion and then a second, and a vote will be conducted until a majority by the board has been reached. Following the vote, when a board president has been elected, I will administer the oath of office. Are there any questions? Okay, are there any nominations for the office of board president for the term July 1st, 2024 through June 30th, 2025?
I'd like to nominate Katie Bruning.
I'd like to second the nomination.
Are there any additional nominations? Okay, can I have a motion to close the nominations for board president for the term July 1st, 2024 through June 30th, 2025?
So moved.
Any second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Motion carried. Katie, do you solemnly affirm that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York, and that you will faithfully discharge the duties of president? I'm sorry. That was for nomination. Yes, okay. Do you solemnly affirm that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York, and that you will faithfully discharge the duties of president of the Board of Education of the Lake George Central School District according to the best of your abilities?
I do.
And this is my favorite part, Katie. I'm going to turn the rest of the meeting over to you.
Well, thank you, everyone, for having faith in me
to be the president of the board again this year. I appreciate that. And I appreciate the support you've given me all through the last couple of years, and forgive my mistakes and wave your hand when I, am forgetting things and all the things that you do to support me. So thank you. The next item on the agenda is request for nominations for vice president.
I would like to nominate Marianne McKenzie.
And we're following the same process we did for president.
I'll second it.
Do we have any other nominations for vice president? So be it resolved that the nominations for board vice president for the July 1, 2024 through July 30th, 2025 is closed. I have a motion to support that.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carries. So next is the motion to elect the board vice president. Be it resolved that the Board of Education of the Lake George Central School District hereby appoints Marianne McKenzie as the board vice president effective July 1st, 2024 through June 30th, 2025.
So moved.
Do we have any questions? Any discussion? Yay. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carries.
Mary Ann, do you solemnly affirm that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York, and that you will faithfully discharge the duties of Vice President of the Board of Education for the Lake George Central School District according to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Okay, the next item on the agenda, and thank you, Mary Ann, for being willing to serve in the role of vice president in such a stellar way all these years, and looking forward to another year in that role. Thank you. The reorganization meeting consent agenda is next, and I'm going to turn that part over to John.
Be it resolved that the Board of Education of the Lake George Central School District hereby approves the reorganizational meeting consent agenda A through SS as presented.
Moved.
Do we have any questions? Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carries. The next item on the agenda is the motion to approve board committees.
As recommended by the superintendent, be it resolved that the Board of Education of the Lake George Central School District hereby approves the committee appointments as follows.
Oh, go ahead.
Second?
Is there any discussion, any questions about the proposed committee structure as it's written there? Oh, good, okay. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carries. The next item on the agenda is the adjournment of the reorganization meeting, but sit tight because we're gonna be grooving into the next one. So do I have a motion? Oh, wait, sorry. Be it resolved that the Board of Education of the Lake George Central School District hereby adjourns the July 1st, 2021 reorganization. What did I say? Oh, I'm 3 years back. 2024 reorganization meeting.
Second.
Any questions? Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carries. I'm better at the 7 PM meetings than the 8 AM meetings. That's a good example of, pay attention and make sure I'm going down the right path. Okay, so now I need a minute to change my screen up to the other meeting. So we're moving on to the regular board meeting, July 1st, our July regular board meeting. And we are all present. Nobody's absent for this meeting. And the first item on the agenda is the district-wide safety plan. And we're going to have a report on that.
Yes, thank you, Katie. So this is an annual requirement per state law. The district-wide safety plan will be available today on our website. It's there for the next 30 days for a public comment period. At the August 6, 2024 Board of Education meeting, we will hold a public hearing as required. There has been some updates. Typically, there's annual updates every year. Lots of them are general names. We have to update our remote instruction plan in the event we have an emergency. But also there is some language in there that is we're anticipating approval through the Board of Regents and the governor in regards to trauma-informed safety drills, which will be a requirement for school districts. So we work with the Needham Group, who's our safety consultants. So they're very much in tune to the updates and changes and anything associated with safety. So this has been updated to include some of that. And essentially what that means is a lot of the practices that we already employ here in Lake George, but there will be some requirements that we'll have to do notifications before a safety lockdown to parents through Parent Square and then after as well. So some of that we already do, but we'll be working on developing a plan for the school year. The regulation anticipated will go into effect in 2025, but we'll start working towards that this year. So there is some language in there, and that's really the main essence of the update. So this is just to announce that we'll have it on the website. We'll still have the public hearing in August. There's no procedural requirement for today.
Thank you, John. The next item is the code of conduct.
So this is in the same vein as the district safety plan as well. The district code of conduct requires annual review. It has been updated as part of the district health, wellness, nutrition, school safety, and workplace violence committee this school year. That committee is composed of students, teachers, staff members, Board of Education representative, Mary Ann, administration. And we spent the better part of a few months going through the code of conduct. There has been updates to that. The updates are, there's some legal updates in regards to some of the new requirements for like corporal punishment, which is not allowed. So that was pulled up. You know, there were some updates there. The Crown Act, which is an act in the state that prevents discrimination by the way students wear their hair. There was also some updates in some of the disciplinary procedures to include restorative practice language, and then just fine tuning of other language. So there were some few updates there. Due to it being updated, it does require a public hearing as well. That will also occur on August 6th, followed by the board resolution in August.
Thank you, John.
That's on our website up as well.
Thank you. The next item on the agenda is the superintendent's report, Mr. John Luthringer.
Yeah, I'm just going to keep going. So I just want to mention a couple things here. I've got a few items here as well. So I just want to July 1st, it's so poignant that we're here today, but it really starts the start of our new school year, our new calendar year starts. But I just want to at least thank our administrative team, our principals, and Megan's unable to join us as well. But we had another great year. It was culminated in our graduation on Thursday night. It was a wonderful ceremony. A big thank you to Mr. Koza and all of his efforts and his team. There's a lot that goes into it. And it was a truly wonderful event to see 55 of our graduates walk the stage. It was just a beautiful Lake George night, and another stellar ceremony. So I'm just really proud of our school year. And now we turn the page and we start to get ready for September. So it's exciting, but we'll take a little time here to recharge the batteries. But we are very much looking forward to the summer here. We've got a lot of projects going on. Just want to kind of provide a brief update to the board here. So last week, we closed out our 2023-24 capital outlay project. Those were 6 additional univents installed in this building. We did have final inspection from our architectural firm, and we did receive our substantial completion order. So that is great news, thanks to Bonnie and all of her efforts there, and the flexibility of the high school and a lot of the work that was done kind of the 11th hour. But we are complete, and we're moving forward. We do have 3 additional univent installations. If you remember here, this is through the funding of the ARP ESSER funding, the federal funding. Those are more complicated. That's going to occur this summer, hopefully starting any day now. We have the 2 in the music rooms upstairs, and then we have the one right out front here that does require masonry work through the brick. So Catalfamo is our general contractor. We're expected to get started any day. And then we've got lots of other normal summer work that we've got going on. Our building and grounds department is going to be quite busy. We have our customary painting and carpet installations. We're going to be doing some upgrades to the elementary school playground for safety and some other elements that I know the students worked on this year with some of the volleyball and all sorts of different things going on. But we're definitely going to be having some safety upgrades to the elementary playground. That also coincides with some of the needs that we have for pre-K. So there'll be some elements there. We'll talk more about that later this summer. We also have a dishwasher going in, much needed dishwasher in the high school, and then just lots of other normal work, cleaning and getting ready for the start of the school year. So we're excited about that. We have been planning the 2024-25 capital outlay project. So again, that was voted on in the budget by our voters and approved. That is going to occur in this building. And the items really focus on safety and security. So we've talked about that a little bit, but we fine-tuned. We spent some planning time with Ms. Koza and Mr. Parrott and a team walking the building and looking at different elements that needed to be accomplished. So we have several interior classroom doors that really need to be upgraded for improved locking mechanisms to enhance for safety lockdowns, a number of doors. So that will be part of it, door hardware. We have the technology room down here. The big garage door is really past its useful life and needs to be replaced. We have some other exterior doors too, for example, under the bridge that need replacement. They don't close, properly. We have the greeter window in the vestibule that will be addressed as well. That was part of the recommendations in our workplace violence report as well. And then in addition, we have the gym floor. So the gym floor will be refinished. That won't occur till later this spring, but it is part of this 2024-25 capital outlay project. You'll see these items in the board agenda here in the consent agenda because we are required to have a SECRA Act as well. So the board is aware of that. The State Environmental Quality Review Act. There's no findings or isn't anything there. It's very different than our capital project that we did for transportation. So because it's all contained within the building. We have lots of amazing summer curriculum work that we're excited about. The principals and Megan and our curriculum coordinators have put together just a tremendous amount of work that will be going into this summer here. So just to list a few here, the junior senior high school has got a ton of great work going on in science across the board, living environment, earth science, physics, 8th grade science work, geometry. So there's work going to be done in math, music, technology, and English. And then our elementary is going to be doing quite a bit of work as well, preparing for our shifting with pre-K to 2 with foundations for our phonics program, lots of other preparation as well. There's math work that's going to be done. We are meeting as a committee to update our professional learning plan as well. So we're bringing a group of district stakeholders together in July. That's a requirement as well, but we're really looking to make it a more useful document for our teachers. And that outlines the professional development that the district needs to provide to our staff. So we're excited for that. We work closely with Amy and the teachers, and we've got a great group coming together in early August for that. We've got lots of other things going on. We have STEM camp coming back. We have elementary school jumpstart. We have our high school summer school going on. We have lots and lots of library opportunities as well within both buildings. Books and Beaches is returning, so that's really exciting. And then something new as well that I was talking about with Bridget, the play on words, that if you do not know what to read or otherwise donut, come in and get a donut on Wednesdays, and you can pick out some books and have some fun there. So we also in the high school, there will be a one book, one community They'll be reading The Boys in the Boat by Daniel James Brown, celebrating the Summer Olympics. So there'll be some opportunities for students to come together and collaborate and discuss around a central book. So lots of great things going on here. It's going to be a great busy summer. And then lastly, I just would mention that each of you have our new brochure as well. So this is something that we've been working on, as I shared, through our communications department. And we're going to get this out in the community today. So it arrived. Each of the buildings will have them as well. But really, it's something that we haven't had out in a long time. It's something that I felt would be needed in our communities. We have so many visitors coming in, and for them to be able to, hey, what's going on with the school? Like, let's learn about the school. And that's really the design of it. Perhaps some prospective families will be down, it could be anywhere up at the village, but down in lots of places walking around. And if they want to be interested in looking at what the school has to offer, then it's something that they can have. So we're going to get it out in some key locations, perhaps some of the motels and hotels and up in the village and the tourism center as well. So that will be out in the community as of today. So we're excited about that. That's all I have.
Thank you, John. This brochure looks so beautiful, and I always feel like I wish more children had the opportunity to get an education at Lake George. It's such a special place, and so I hope we pique some interest and get some folks here. And I'm so excited about summer reading. When I read about the summer reading programs, it's so great. And Boys in the Boat is a book that I absolutely love. And I was so excited when I saw that, of course, with the Olympic theme, but it's such a great coming of age story. When I read that book many years ago, I thought that would be such a great high school read. And then when I saw it, I was like, oh, yeah, that's good. Good stuff. Do you have something? Jen?
Oh, I was just going to comment too on all of the reading programs. Yeah, I know a couple of days ago, you had mentioned that the region scores looked awfully strong this year. And I mean, I'm speculating, but of course I can't deny as an educator that the encouragement to read at a young age and consistently here in this district, I'm sure plays a huge role in the success of the students here on the Regents exams, because as many people say, those exams are as much reading exams as they are exams about the content. So it's just wonderful how things really seem to mesh together and all culminate in many different ways in the district. So thank you.
Thank you, Janine. The next item on the agenda is the Curriculum Committee report with Rosemary Earl, who's the chair of that committee.
Hi, it's my pleasure and honor to lead the curriculum committee again this year. I just love listening to the programs we have at our school, the opportunities our kids have. This past meeting, Megan opened up with explaining again the curriculum renewal process, which is a 5-year process. And we listened to the faculty department chairs talk about their programs right after the implementation stage. So you can see that's noted all on the minutes. This meeting, we listened to the music, the business, and the family consumer science reports, and they were just incredible. I mean, the opportunities that our kids have, like I said, is amazing. If you click on any of those and look at the slideshows, it really describes the presentations. I think with the music department, they all the departments end with next steps and needs. So if you look through the slides, you can see that. I think they're always looking for more time with kids, but they just do an incredible job. All the students in our elementary school who are involved in our music program, I mean, the numbers are amazing when you look at small schools. So that was really awesome. And I mean, by far, there's nobody who can offer more opportunities than Brenda and Karen, our business department, what they do with these kids and teach them and bring them to national competitions. And I mean, it's just incredible. So anyway, and our family and consumer sciences is building. I mean, when I was here, might not have been as popular, but I guess now they have this cooking class that is, really hard to get into and very popular. And that's a great skill for all of our students to learn. So the three departments that we heard from at the curriculum committee were awesome. I really encourage you to look at their slides. It can give you more detail than I am, but so any questions about that meeting?
Thank
Okay,
you.
thanks.
Thank you, Rosemary. Next item on the agenda is the policy committee update with Mary Ann McKenzie, who's the chair of that committee.
Okay, well, there's a lot of policies on this list today, but I'll just start by saying that there are 4 policies that require annual review. And each of those is on the agenda here under one category or another. And Sarah was kind enough to just mark that in parentheses after the policies that are required for annual review. So you can see that there. One of those is the only policy that's moving forward to second read today, which is 5220 district investments. And if you recall, we talked about that last month. The only suggested revision was to add the distinction of a deputy treasurer. There are 5 policies moving forward for first read and 8 policies that were reviewed with no suggested revisions. Each of those policies was reviewed electronically by way of our Lake George manual review. Policy 5720 is transportation of students. There was one suggested revision there to reflect the upper age limit for students receiving special education, specifically transportation services from the age of 21 to 22 in accordance with current law. There were a few other suggested revisions in that policy and in each of the others that are up for first read, but all of those suggestions were really just very minor wordsmithing adjustments to improve clarity and reflect best practices with language. That's my report. Any questions?
Thank you, Mary Ann. Now we're going to move to the school business section, and we'll start with the school business consent agenda.
As recommended by the superintendent, be it resolved that the Board of Education of the Lake George Central School District hereby approves the school business consent agenda items A through E. In summary, item A is a motion to approve the minutes from the June 11th board meeting. Item B, this is an annual resolution that in the event that our district is in need of eradicating, insects or other things that could potentially be harmful to students. This allows us to be able to do pesticides and eliminate unsafe insects as necessary across the property. Item C is a motion in regards to our policies. Item D is we do have items on the July 2024 surplus list or surplus property and are of no value to the district. And that are, we authorize the district to dispose of these items. Item E is, this is the reference that I spoke about in my report in regards to the SECRA resolution for the capital outlay work to be done at the junior senior high school. And that is it.
Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Any questions? Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carries. The next item is we're moving on to the faculty staff appointments, and we have the faculty staff consent agenda.
As recommended by the superintendent, be it resolved that the Board of Education of the Lake George Central School District hereby approves the faculty staff appointment consent agenda items A through F. In summary, item A is a motion to appoint Howard Grant to the permanent position of full-time cleaner at nights. Item B is a motion to appoint William Pressler to the probationary position of building maintenance mechanics helper. Item C is a motion to appoint Thomas Sokolov to a 4-year probationary appointment as a music teacher in the music teacher tenure area commencing September 1st, 2024. Item D is a motion to approve the 2024-25 extracurricular and co-curricular lists and the 2024-25 curriculum lists and salaries associated with those positions. Item E is a motion to approve the 24-25 coaches list and volunteer coaches lists. And item F is a motion to approve the 24-25 Jump Start and STEM Camp list.
So moved.
Any questions? Any discussion?
I would just
Tommy
like
is
to
here.
say how lucky we are to be
Yeah.
getting Tom.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
have
yeah.
watched his talent since he was a small kid.
Mhm.
And he can dance, he can sing, he can conduct. He pretty much does it all musically, so. Good for us.
Well, let's make it official.
All
Ready?
Not trying
Uh,
to sway the vote or anything.
Well, I mean, that's part of discussion. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carries. Congratulations. And thanks for coming. The next item on the agenda is the Board of Education member comments, right? Is that next? Yeah, okay.
I've got one. I
Okay.
don't know if anyone else does.
Yeah, well, you can go, you can
Oh.
get us rolling.
Okay, I was just, I had sent an email to Superintendent Luthringer and Mr. Kokoza, thanking both of you for relatively very last minute opening the high school auditorium for the Lake George Arts performance on Saturday evening. I attended and found that the Lake George Arts Project had just been awarded a grant. I think they were one of 30 organizations out of 500 that applied for the grant, and the grant is being used to bring in really high quality acts. The act on Saturday night was incredible, and the community would have lost out on that had it not been for the willingness of you to come in, open the building. Andy was here. I mean, it was just great. I mean, don't get me wrong. Well, God, then we hear about our poor pavilion or our amphitheater. But thank goodness for the high school, and thank you for being willing to be so active in the community. So.
Thank you, Janine. I know the partnerships that we have with the surrounding community, our village, our town, and other schools that's a highlight. Thank you, Janine, for letting us know, or speaking about that. Anybody else?
I just wanted to make one comment that I would have made earlier, but I think I missed my opportunity. I just wanted to thank you for continuing to be board president, Katie. And my statement of endorsement, you're just uber competent and dedicated to best practices and an excellent collaborative, honest, fair, responsible working partner.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
I think that statement. Yeah.
Second.
Well, thank you all so much. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not feeling like it's on display this morning. I'm having a little trouble finding my words, but thank you for your kind words. Do we have any other? Okay. So the next item on the agenda is public comment. And do we have anybody out there for public comment? Yeah. What happened to our little guy? Is he still there? Well, if we have no public comment, we will move to adjournment for a record efficient meeting. So be it resolved that the Board of Education of the Lake George Central School District hereby adjourns the meeting of July 1, 2024, right? Yeah, the date on here is from last year. I was like, wait a minute. July 1st, 2024. Thank you. Do I have a second? Did I miss? Oh, you did. Thank you. Any questions? Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carries. Yeah, happy summer, everybody.